want to see that.
This one right here.
Yeah, that's it. The Bible says, though, to let no unwholesome words come out of your mouth. All right. So, what is a unwholesome word? What is that? Life short. Myles, would you like to come in on the show so we can talk about, because this is something that probably need to be discussed so we can get these things cleared up. Because listen, man, a lot of times we have been taught things that we tend to want to believe because we was taught them, and that's the problem. And that's why we talk about. That's why we're so against this LGBTQ stuff and critical race theory and all that stuff being taught in our schools. Because what happens is, we all know this. I hope we all know this, that as a child, sometimes, and I'm gonna even say most of the time, the first thing they learn is what they believe. You teach them something, they believe it. And a lot of times we hold on to that and we go through that through our adult life, believing it. Like some people believe Santa Claus is real. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we were taught that as a child. And people believe things that they were taught. And some of these things, they limit us to certain things, and we'll talk about that later. You might not be ready for this because it might take a while to break down everything I'm saying, but I want to know, what is a unwholesome word? What is a unwholesome word? Anybody want to? I think that Lisa should tell us first.
I have an answer.
What's the answer, Marlon? Marlon, you childish.
I'm just saying.
Now that's
Okay.
now that was
So
now
here
that
we go. Here we go. Hey, we got to make sure we clarify. Unwholesome. Non-conducive to health, or good health rather, unhealthy, suggestive to disease or bad health, and non-conducive to morality or morally harmful. Now, let us break it down, shall we? Is stupid morally harmful?
No,
The word stupid is not morally harmful.
not if you're stupid. What, man? Listen, it depends on how you're using it, man.
Okay. Okay.
How you gonna laugh?
Is the word fool morally harmful? Not if you're a fool. I don't hear that. It also says don't call your brother a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It didn't say don't call everybody a fool. It just say don't call your brother a fool.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Your brother.
So yeah. So is fool morally harmful?
I mean,
It can be to your brother, right?
it can be.
Right. So if it's morally harmful, then it's unwholesome. So you shouldn't say the word fool.
That's right.
Or you can say the word fool. It just matters the context that you say the word fool in. So is it still morally harmful? It can be morally harmful depending on how you use it. So then let's back up and find out what unwholesome means. Unwholesome would have to be applying in the context in which you use it. If you're using a word to degrade, bring down your brother, it would be considered something you shouldn't do. No unwholesome talk. She laughing at you for that. I like her. I like her.
Get out of your flesh, Corey.
So you gotta you have to understand. You have to understand something. A word of curse is cursing your brother, cursing the ground, cursing all that stuff. A unwholesome word. Yeah, you can call a child. I've met some very stupid children. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child, and the rod of correction will drive it from them. It's biblical to call them stupid and foolish and dumb, because sometimes children are all of the above. Because it's bound up in the heart of a child. I just want you to know that's biblical. So, I digress. How you say something to somebody matters, right? More than what you say.
Mhm.
Kind of like how when we say something, people consider it what's the word? Rude,
Mm-hmm.
right? We are rude for saying the things we say, how we say them. They're not addressing what we say, they're addressing how they took it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can be unwholesome if you take it as an unwholesome statement. Okay? Meanings of word also matters. Like the F word. Let's take the F word, for instance. The F word by itself is not a curse word, nor is it unwholesome. It's a word, and it means a certain thing. You can literally replace that word with the word to know in the Bible and get the exact same meaning. Adam knew his wife. Just saying that context matters, how where you're using it and what you're using it for. So it's not just the word, it's your intent behind the word, the purpose for using the word, and where you use the word. So I cannot tell you that a certain word is right off the top bad, because even the Bible breaks it down to context. Don't call your brother a fool. But he does say the fool says in his heart there is no God. So you see, the word itself, although it might be morally harmful to your brother, it's not to the fool. So I'm just saying that people would break things down more generally instead of trying to take everything that the world hands them as normal.
Right, right.
You'd understand the Bible a little better.
Appreciate it, Jorge Saldana. Saldana. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, people they don't listen. I guarantee this is what happened, Marlon. They go to church and the pastor sit up there in front of with the microphone and his suit on or whatever, and they say these things to you, and you don't really read it for yourself or think about what you're reading. You take what they say and you run with it.
Mhm.
And you might say, well, why would a pastor do that? Well, the number is one big word I'm gonna give you, and it's called control. And what one way that they use the control is they use fear. And I'm not saying every church, I'm not saying every pastor, I'm just talking about the ones I went to. They use fear as a way to control you. And they say, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't say that, you can't think this, you can't think that, you can't judge, you can't. That's too much work. And it's not set up like that. Read this stuff for yourself, understand it for yourself, and quit letting men teach you. Because then you turn into a fool.